If you haven't watched it yet, you can still keep watching. There's no spoilers yet.
To watch or not to watch?
Watch it. One of the things that makes it for me for shows is the casting. This show, I think, did a really good job. Like, every character played their role. Like, I can see those people in my high school.
There is a lot of diversity in the show in itself. And
so there was no Desi people. There was more random
how
Muslim
many
who's an international student.
Malala or something like, and like random.
Yeah, but there wasn't even any Hispanic students or Latinx students.
One of the main good friends. He's like the older guy in
Tony?
Yeah.
He's not. He's like Italian.
He's not Italian.
I think he is. Tony. He's like playing like a mafia.
Antonio.
Italian.
Definitely not Italian.
If you haven't watched yet, we're going to go into some more characters and things like that, so you can stop watching and come back after 5 days and finish this video. I think that's a character I have an issue with. Like, there's no Tony. There's no Tony in real life. Like, all the other characters are very relatable and, like, yes, but there's no Tony.
This, like, guardian angel, older, really nice guy with an awesome, cool car, and he knows, like, all the ins and outs of life because he's the youngest of, like, 7 brothers who are just, like, who taught him everything.
I think my favorite...
And he's looking out for little kids in high school. Like, I'm so confused. I don't get it.
Yeah,
what?
I don't think... That was... For me, that was, like... Obviously, he needed to be there.
It's a good character to have, no doubt about it.
But my favorite scene was when Clay finally tells him off, like, you are a useless Yoda. Like, that was the best. Yeah. He's just in the car, and it's like, that's exactly why I wanted to say. It's like, who are you?
Yeah,
like,
why
what
are you
doing?
Yeah, dropping little tidbits of wisdom and then, like, not really translating to anything at all. It's not helping Clay at all.
I did like in the end that he admitted, like, he's flawed too. Like, he comes off as, like, I'm the perfect. I'm, like, not that he's coming off like that, but, like, I know everything. I'm really helpful. But then he's like, what the heck did I do to her parents? Like, he should have done that earlier. And I think him realizing that made him a little bit, more of a relatable character. Yeah. And I think that's the whole overall thing, too, is, like, if you obviously watch this on Netflix, the Beyond the 13 Reasons, they mentioned how Hannah's an imperfect character, and I think that's important to say too. Because there were times where you're just like, why did you just do that, or like react in that way, and then you're like, can I question her because she did that? Like, is that okay?
Yes, you can. I think you can, because look, she clearly pushed people away. She sometimes put herself in situations where she shouldn't have. There were choices and decisions that she made that made the whole thing come around in full circle. Yeah, people bullied her, people made fun of her and things like that, but when there were opportunities of like connecting with people, she just pushed them away.
Yeah, and I think that is so real, right? Because it's like,
and she was rude so many times. Like, she's not like a nice person. She was.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it real. It's like it's always like the meanest person or the sweetest person that's in those like
she was something in between.
It was just like most people are.
Domino effect of like the choices that you make impact more than just yourself. And they could ruin a lot of people's lives. Something as small as, I hit a stop sign, but I'm not going to report it, right? You really have to think about the repercussions of that and how it could impact other people. And really, I think that was a strong message in the show.
Mm-hmm. And just like, how they treat Tyler, the one who takes pictures, like, yeah, that's messed up, but like they kept bullying him and like seeing him with all those guns, you don't know who has access to those things, right? Like, you don't know what's in their home.
That's one of the reasons why, the parents of Hannah were so aggressive towards the school. Yeah. And they were suing the school because they were saying that was their responsibility. Kids spend like 8 hours a day at school. That's a third of the day at school, a third of the day sleeping, and a third of the day with you. They go to school to learn and to be safe, not to be bullied. Everybody says, kids will be kids. You'll get bullied, you get stepped on, you get pushed down.
But high school just sucks. Why does it have to suck so bad? Like,
what would help is like if older students in the school were to mentor younger students in the school.
Do you think they're even ready for that?
They could be.
Your kids, then your teenagers, then your adults. Like, why can't we help build that responsibility in as a teenager when you're actually developing your mind and your character? There's definitely times where I saw bullying and I did nothing. The one that sticks out to me the most is on the bus. Like 7th, 8th grade, like that horrible age, they would always pick on this kid. He was, I can't remember his name, but his family was from China, and he was Chinese. And these kids would pick on him so much so like he was just like started making fun of himself, and I could tell a whole difference between over that year. And I wish I did something, but those guys who were picking on him were like, I know they were mean because they had been mean to me before, and so if I said something, I knew they would just like punch me. Literally, I think they would hit me or something. But I feel bad. Like, I wish I could even just talk to that kid like on his own, like, hey, you know, sorry about this.
One time, it was the summertime, and this like we were playing like water balloon fights or whatever, and there's this bucket of water balloons, and it was filled with water as well. And then this kid, like, he peed inside of that water bucket and then dumped it on top of this kid, and everybody laughed at him. And I knew what happened, but I didn't call him out, you know.
The last aspect is too, like, cyberbullying. I think, like, our generation was one of the first ones to have, like, the youngest ones to, like, start on AIM. This one girl from my school, she was just like, do you even shave your legs? You're so hairy, nasty, like, online. And then I was just like, well, you're fat. And then she just, like, blocked me, and and at that moment, after that, like, I still think about it. I'm like, I don't know where she is or what happened, but, like, what if something happened because of something I said? And it's so real, like, it's so easy to type and not think about it, and you're done, and you can't take it back.
We also had Zanga, and I posted about people and made fun of them, and, you know, a lot of people thought it was hilarious. I still think it's super funny, but what is it at the expense of?
You can also use that platform to get things out, right? I think at the 12th tape, Hannah felt better. She let it all out. You know, put your feelings somewhere. If you want to write a journal, if you want to record tapes, and don't think that you have to have it in a way that somebody is going to hear or read it later. For me, that sometimes happens. It's like, oh, but what if you get famous and I die and then they read my diaries? I'm going to make it all nice. No, man, I don't have time for that. Like, you just want to get something out? Write it, type it, send it somewhere, just save it somewhere, get it out.
And so I think the moral of the story is, like, every day we should make an effort to go out of our way to smile or greet people that we encounter on our way. I'm in the elevator, I acknowledge who that person is. I say, hey, how's your day going? If I'm waiting in line, I do the same thing to the cashier. Sometimes I go places and I'm buying something, the customer service is really bad. I expected a smile while I was purchasing my Mentos. You're gonna judge people based on something they didn't even do, just simple as not greeting you, then it's actually your fault. You should have went out of your way and said something.
Take a breath. We just need to do that too sometimes.
Fresh air. Sometimes we need to be alone. Sometimes we need to be with others. And sometimes we just need each other. So be there for one another. Think about someone in your life who you haven't reached out to in a while, and reach out to them and let them know that you're there and that you care. Because if we don't care about each other, who will? Good night, and everybody, good day. Everybody, every day.